Alright, here are some examples of some final projects that scored pretty well. If you look at this one, they created a banner, and their banner is Glogster because that's the Web 2.0 tool they chose. Notice they have an embed right here, and that does count as an extra graphic. And she has the copyright down here, and then she has a summary about what this website is, and she also has a link to Glogster itself. Then she has a page for the example, and sometimes these Glogsters take a while to use or load, but again, nice layout. I like the font, I like the color choices, and then we look at the strengths. Again, an example, the strengths, copyright is down below, and it has a good consistency with the navigation going across the top, and you can see the font and the font color are the same throughout the website. And so each page she included a different Glogster, but you don't have to do. You at least need another graphic, so this is how she included her graphic. And then her last page is the overall opinion of Glogster. So this is a good example of somebody who did a really good job on their final project. Here's another example. This is someone who used SlideShare, and they have the header up here, they have the banner. They are missing a second graphic, but they have a link to SlideShare. They have the copyright information down here. So let's look through the website. I like the buttons, same font but different color choices. I like how the colors match from here to here. She could use a different color font and a different type of font, but overall the site looks pretty well. She was missing a graphic, but I just wanted to show you can do a bulleted list instead of a paragraph if you wish. So she has the pros, the cons, and the example. And so she made a SlideShare, and this is her example. Notice she is missing the opinion page of her overall opinion of it. So therefore, she would have been knocked off on that. But as far as the look and feel goes, I like how she did the colors, and I like how she made her banner. Here's a one on Video Creator, and this person evaluated Animoto. Okay, the font is good, but the color choice, she could have chosen a better color that stood out with the gray background. But she has her Expression Design banner going across the top, and she has an extra graphic over here, copyright down here. And her navigation is nice. She has the buttons that stay in the same spot throughout the site. And if you notice when I quickly go through them, the layout of each page is the same. She has the strengths, weaknesses, and notice on these pages she has the text heading. She has an example, and this is just an example of a quick movie she made. That reminds me, if you have to pay for an account, try to do a free trial version, because we don't want to pay for anything. And then she has her own opinion. So this is a good example of another website that did well on the final, that included all the major items for this final project. Here's another one I like. The reason I like this is because of the border and the way that the information is separated and organized. So let's look at their home page. Notice they have a banner, and then they have the nav going across the top, and they have the heading inside the text. Down here they have the copyright, and they have a link to the Splash Up main page, and then they have a link to Liberty High School's home. They have extra graphics. So here's the overview, the pros, the cons, and the conclusion. Overall opinion of what she thought of Splash Up. She embedded her examples on every page. Again, you do not have to do that, but you need to have them at least on one of your pages. But again, the site has a consistent look and feel throughout the whole site, and so it goes along the bottom too. That's consistent. And again, this person met all the criteria for this project. So I opened one of the examples I showed you in Expression Web. If you look over here, here are their files. You can see they have the banner, the blue flowers ping and all these pings, and then you see that they have the JPEGs for all the buttons. You can see that here's a CSS sheet. You can see the template is right here. So we can open it up and you can see, let me go full view on this. So you can see that this person created the template. They had the banner, the navigation, and then they have layers for each part of their website. But notice all this stays the same. If you look at their pros page, here's their pros, and all they did, you can see the editable regions, okay, and then when you see the circle, the line through it, that means it's a non-editable region. So this person did a great job setting up their template using editable regions right here and non-editable regions. But you can see all the files that were created for this one site. Now most of them are the buttons that are automatically created when you create your navigation. And then these are some examples of the images that this person created. There's an overview. So they just use the dynamic web template to create the rest of the pages for the site. So again, here's a look at the template. Editable regions are here, non-editable are here, here, and at the bottom. So hopefully these examples gave you an idea of what I'm expecting and maybe gave you some insight to this project. Again, if you have any questions, please contact me.